Good morning. It's 5:25 past the hour. Well, the 92nd Academy Awards is going to premiere on Sunday, February 9th, right here on ABC. And our very own Matt Parent is reviewing every Best Picture nominee.
Today's film has Quentin Tarantino traveling back to the 60s in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Welcome to day 2 of the Oscars overview. We're counting down the 9 Best Picture nominees leading up to the Academy Awards, airing right here on ABC Columbia next Sunday. Today, we delve into a well-known director's 9th film. This is his first one nominated for Best Picture, although he has won for Best Original Screenplay. In this movie, Quentin Tarantino takes us back to the golden age of Tinseltown and twists around some historical facts, all in the name of entertainment. So without any further ado, here's my take on Best Picture nominee, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Our film begins in 1969 Hollywood. Rick Dalton, played by Leonardo DiCaprio, and his stunt double, Cliff Booth, played by Brad Pitt, are trying to survive in the glitz and glamour that may have already passed them by. Rick was the lead of a TV show for a long stretch until he quit to pursue what can only be described as a lackluster film career. He now makes appearances as the bad guy on new shows, but is coming to the realization that his career may be dwindling away. Meanwhile, Cliff hasn't done stunts in a good while and acts more as a valet to Rick. We see in flashbacks how he may have sabotaged his own career, but we get to enjoy the camaraderie between the two. Rick lives in the Hollywood Hills next to acclaimed director Roman Polanski and his wife Sharon Tate, who is portrayed by Margot Robbie in this film. We see Tate living a starlet's life, attending parties at the Playboy Mansion, having fun, and sneaking into showings of her own movies. As the movie progresses, we see each of our storylines playing out, waiting for their eventual convergence. We see Rick doing everything he can to be relevant again, even taking things rather harshly if he falls short. We see Cliff stumbling upon a group of hippies that he visits their commune and their supposed family, headed by one Charlie Manson. As the golden age of Hollywood starts to fade, we as the audience watch, hoping that Rick's career doesn't fade as well. But worse than his career, we hope that the relationship between Rick and Cliff can avoid fading away. With a classic soundtrack, we groove along to the film, waiting to see how this unfortunate moment in history is actually going to play out. So, what to say about this one? I was overly excited along with the rest of the country for this summer release. I often warn of the dangers of being overly excited about movies though, and this one turned out to prove my point. In my opinion, a lot of this film dragged and was almost boring at times. That is, of course, until the climax of the film, which is definitely worth sticking around for. It rewards your patience in a big way and is what allowed for this movie to fall in the enjoyable category for me. As far as the award goes, we'll have to wait and see. As I said yesterday, nothing will surprise me this year. Leading up to the nominations, I wouldn't have thought this one would win an award, but Brad Pitt has been cleaning up at the other award shows. And maybe this is the year that the Academy feels Quentin deserves it. We'll find out for sure in a week and a half, but if I were putting money down, this wouldn't be my bet for Best Picture. This has been your Oscars Overview. Come back tomorrow for a look at another true story that I really enjoyed despite not expecting to. Back to you.
All right, thanks, man. Coming up in just a little bit, more news, traffic, and your weather.
That's right. Good Morning Columbia returns in just a few minutes.